What's up, basketball fans? Welcome to the Warriors Report. It's time to talk about how this bench warmer for the Toronto Raptors ended up dropping 73 points in the crossover Pro AM League. It says today, I'm making this video in nighttime, so it is yesterday technically, and that player is Malachi Flynn. So a lot of people may be surprised, and a lot of Raptors fans have been really low on Malachi Flynn because he did struggle last season. But for today's video, I'm going to discuss why Malachi Flynn is ready to bounce back next season. And no, I'm not just basing this off of the fact that he scored 73 points. So I just was trying to make this video for quite some time. The timing just wasn't right given NBA draft, free agency, and obviously a lot of rumors surrounding the Toronto Raptors and Kevin Durant. So if you're ready to watch this video, guys, make sure to hit the like button. Let's try to get this video to 130 likes. If you want to hit the subscribe button as well, that would be very much appreciated. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. Now, as you guys know, I do like to give out shout outs on my channel. And for today's video, the shout out goes out to Phil Gap. So Phil, thank you so much for supporting this channel. To likes and comments, it is very much appreciated. Now let's touch on the idea that Malachi Flynn struggled a lot last season. I think a lot of it was due to the fact that he wasn't getting a lot of playing time. The Raptors obviously had a vision of the 6'8", 6'9" guys that Malachi Flynn, who's listed at 6 feet, you could probably have him listed a little bit lower. Obviously didn't fit into, but I still believe the Raptors obviously need someone at the backup position. Malachi Flynn, I do believe, will be that guy, which I will break down in just a few minutes here. But touching quickly upon his stats, I know people talk about him struggling, but he did average less minutes. But despite that, he averaged a higher field goal percentage. He went from shooting 37.4% to 39.3%. His three-point percentage jumped up as well. He went from shooting 32.1% to 33.3%. Obviously, there are some areas of concern. His free throw percentage dropped quite a bit from 80% to about 62.5%. And obviously, his point production was naturally going to drop. The fact that he wasn't given minutes. Now, we want to quickly touch upon the fact that when we talk about players struggling, I feel like a lot of NBA fans are so quick to want to trade or at least waive or get rid of that player. This is a player that was beloved by a lot of Raptors fans over the years. And obviously, you guys are probably able to guess based off of the teams he's been playing for. And this is Norman Powell. Norman Powell in his second season averaged 8.4 points in 18 minutes. But as you see, his following season, he went from averaging that. He was expected to make a big leap. He had some really nice moments with the Raptors. He went from averaging that to 5.5 points. And even the following season, he averaged 8.6 points, which wasn't much higher than his second season in the NBA. So I believe a lot of Raptors fans and just basketball fans need to preach some patience, because when we talk about Malachi Flynn, this is Masai Ujiri on what he had to say. I want to take this back to the February 11th tweet by Josh Lindbergh. Shout out to him, great Raptors reporter. He reported that Masai Ujiri was saying this on Malachi Flynn. I know Malachi has struggled. We truly believe that Malachi is going to get back to the form that he's had. We're very confident in his abilities. Masai Ujiri is obviously well known around the NBA for finding really good talent in the NBA draft. He was formerly a scout. So obviously, if this is coming from someone who's managed the Raptors so well ever since he has been here, he's completely turned around the Raptors organization. You have to have a little bit of faith in him. Now, I quickly want to touch upon the stats, because a lot of people feel like Malachi Flynn struggled, but he just wasn't simply getting the minutes. And in the 4 games that he did get minutes, where he saw himself getting 35.3 minutes per game, these are the stats he was putting up. He's getting a lot of inconsistent minutes, and when he did, I know it's a very small sample size, but it's still something to build upon. In those 4 games, he averaged, while, by the way, Fred VanVleet was out during those 4 games, which is why he got those minutes, but 16 points, 5.5 assists, 4 rebounds, and this is big for someone that size. I know people are so quick to say he doesn't fit in with the Raptors system because he doesn't fit that prototypical of your 6'8", 6'9" vision, tall, switchable defenders. And I understand Malachi Flynn isn't that. And no, I'm not expecting him to put up these percentage numbers if he were to play more games. But that's quite impressive. From the field, he shot 57.1%, and his three-point field goal percentage was absolutely phenomenal, shooting 55% from the 3. Now, again, this is just 4 games. I don't want to get too crazy, but this is just to give you an idea of how well Malachi Flynn can play if he's given the opportunity to. And I think a lot of that blame could possibly be blamed on Nick Nurse. Now, this is not to say he's a bad head coach. Obviously, he's done wonders with the Toronto Raptors. He's won Coach of the Year, but sometimes he needs to have a little bit more faith in his younger guys. He's quick to yank out guys, and we saw that with Malachi Flynn, where one game he would receive 10 minutes and then you wouldn't see him again for 8 minutes. Now, obviously, Malachi Flynn did struggle a little bit last season, so you can't put the full blame on Nick Nurse. I think, obviously, Malachi Flynn needs to improve as well. I think he has a lot of things he needs to work on. And Nick Nurse was quoted as saying this regarding why Malachi Flynn wasn't getting that much minutes. And I want to quickly read this for you guys. So Raptors coach Nick Nurse, the message to Flynn has always been the same: more defensive intensity, more hustle, and a little more shot making. I think he needs to be a little bit more of a pressure defender up the floor, just as a nuisance and as a change for us. Fred VanVleet can do it, but he's not really a guy that will spend all that energy up the floor. But it's good to have a guy come off the bench and just turn a guy a little bit in the back corner and eat into them. Nurse said. So again, I think Malachi Flynn has the talent to be there. And again, I'm not basing this off of the fact that he scored 73 points. This is a good way to just for him to get recognized around the NBA. And as a lot of Raptors fans have said, joked around, Brooklyn Nets should pay attention to Malachi Flynn, obviously, in regards to those Kevin Durant, Toronto Raptors rumors. But I really am high on Malachi Flynn. I know people are quick to switch the flip, and it's funny to say this because during that 4-game span, you even saw some comments from Raptors fans saying we don't need Fred VanVleet anymore because Malachi Flynn was putting up those numbers. Now, obviously, you hear all sorts of funny talks from basketball fans in general, just telling them, to waive certain guys so you can make room for someone who's on the summer league. But again, I'm personally very high on Malachi Flynn. I think he has the capabilities. It's just players go through their ups and downs. This isn't the NBA 2K where, your player continuously progresses into the legend. And I do believe that Malachi Flynn could be a starter in the NBA one day. He's obviously got ways to go before he does get there, but I think you need him for several reasons. Tyrese Maxey was a great example. You can put 6'8", 6'9" guys out there, but most of them don't have the mobility to keep up with guys like Tyrese Maxey. And Malachi Flynn would be one of those players who has the speed and the foot speed to really keep up with some of the shorter guys, shorter point guards who are quick and fast. Trae Young always comes to mind as well when you talk about guys that are a lot shorter and that have the speed. So again, I think it's still very important to have some of these guys on your roster like Fred VanVleet, Malachi Flynn. I'm personally very big on Malachi Flynn. I'm expecting him to have some really consistent minutes next season and be the backup for Fred VanVleet. But I do want to hear your thoughts. I know a lot of Raptors fans have not been high on Malachi Flynn. Personally, I think he's going to come out and prove everyone wrong. But I do want to hear your thoughts. Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, guys, I do have a trivia question for you today. And that trivia question is, which of these players averaged the most points per game during the 2019 NBA playoffs? Was it A, Kawhi Leonard? Was it B, Kevin Durant? Was it C, James Harden? Or was it D, Steph Curry? So whoever answers this trivia question correctly first in the comment section gets a shout out in my next video. So that will be it for today's video, guys. So thank you so much for watching. And I hope you guys have yourselves a great day.